We'll start with you here, Mark.
Yes, a race I had a massive bet on, and it's a neighbour at the front too. I backed an horse called How Congenado of Alan King's. I think I may be going potty. There's always some time I was going to lose it at this game. Maybe it's now. Maybe
Welsh National, second in it.
Yeah, again, won the Welsh National, beating horse Mekong de Beauchamp, who come out in £109 high mark in a competitive race at Haddock. Over the Creek was beaten a million miles back in third. He'd run a handicap chase at Cheltenham. I spoke to Alan King about the horse. I said, am I losing the plot going for the Gold Cup at 50-1? He said, no. He said, basically, I buggered it up last year. I run it in the pillar chase at Cheltenham before the Gold Cup. And we all buggered up in the Gold Cup because it turned into a sprint. And of course, GG.CO.UK won the Gold Cup in the sprint last year because it won the Tingle Creek over 2 miles. There was no pace in the Gold Cup in GG.CO.UK done them for toe. It won't be like that this year, that's for certain. Denman's team are adamant to go out and get GG.CO.UK start beat. Again, a hell of a lot depends on the ground. I remember they're going there the year Desert Orchid one. I was the only bloke coming back on the train and fucking back the second, Yahoo! Every fucker was jumping up and down on the train going old Des, and I was sitting there Billy No Mates with a fucking half a tin of fucking Long Life in my hand.
And you had the race won halfway out the road.
Oh, it's gone on, Tom. Desi won't stay 3 1/4 and Sherwood fucking bashed it and everyone's going mad apart from me. I think this race does throw up big prices. I remember Gary's biggest touch ever, Norton's Coin. Gary actually told me on the day to back it. I said, Wiltshire, you fucking lost the plot. 100 to 1 half was where the cats. 200, yeah.
The one we was on at each way with a local bookie from Northampton, Con Wilson.
He don't need Scotland's girl, did he?
I don't know if he's still got shops there, but he has got shops, yeah, Con. But we was on him at 200 to 1. I looked. I fancied him to be in the frame of place, and I thought he was too big. Quarter the odds a place, 50 to 1 a place, and I was funny enough that day. We never ever went to the racing. Could be had it every night the night before. We were staying at the Gloucester Hotel and Country Club with they had a big ski lift there behind there, whatever ski run.
Fucking big to get you up there.
Well, there's another story about that, but we was watching it on the telly, and we was watching it, and I thought to myself, come on, it was 5th, and then it was 4th, and then it was 3rd, and on the running, well, it was just unbelievable. And then you never back to 200 to 1 winner in your life, but it can be done. And what you're saying about Cheltenham, we're all here tonight, as I said earlier before the panel got here. I think every race at Cheltenham is run a true run race, and I think, Kieran, you do the form every day, Sunday to time form, and you look at races, the slow run race, but usually Cheltenham, it's a championship course, and all the races, and the bookies love Cheltenham because that's where they get the money.
Yeah, that was the year Desert Orchid was a skinny price, wasn't it? And as we come out, I was on a coach out of Lewisham. We come out.
Lewisham? Where's Lewisham?
There's a geezer out there. He must have had 500 Desert Orchid rosettes. He was fucking crying his eyes out. He was sitting on that roundabout where all the bulls come. They're all going to fucking die at the end of the world's night. I said to the guy once, the end of the world's night, but fucking one day you're right. You won't be able to fucking celebrate. You fucking devil, the rest of us you come. Price is Cool Ground. What price was he? 33 to 1? Yeah. Cool Dawn was 40 to 1.
Cheltenham's a bookies meeting over.
Cheers, girls. Tell us something we don't fucking know.
But all the bookies go there, and that is there. They think they've got a chance to get to top 5.
Well, there are big prize winners, but Kieran, I mean, this year we do seem to have an exceptional year because GG.CO.UK Star, when you last had a horse rated as high as he is at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, going through doing the work for these preview evenings, I mean, even up my eyebrows raised. He's rated 184 by us. It makes him the joint 6th best chaser of all time over any distance. He's run to that figure 3 or 4 times. He's incredibly solid.
How far ahead of Denman?
He's 6 ahead of Denman. But the start, not that far. I mean, Denman was massively impressive in the Hennessy. I mean, obviously there's this long debate that best mate never ran the handicap and how hot, it's very difficult to run a really high figure, and Denman did so in the Hennessy because he carried top weight. But the stat that really opened my eyes was he's rated 184. If he runs to that GG.CO.UK Star, and I'm sure Couch is about to tell me that he's not going to run to it because the trip's too far and the gallop's going to be too strong, but if he can run to his best GG.CO.UK Star, he would have won the last 40 Gold Cups, the way we rate things. That's how good. Time Form's been going a lot longer than I've been on the earth, but we're the longest going firm. And all the guys who've been there a long, long time say this horse is an absolute machine. This horse is something extremely special.
Well, I say it, Kieran, is what I said yesterday. All he's done this year is beat the same horses he did last year. He's the same price 5 to 4. Now he's got other horses to take on. And me and Alan King have got 5 fucking fire engines ready to flood the course on Thursday fucking evening. No fucker knows about that apart from the fire chief who's had a monkey at 50s each way with us. we got the old Chelsea days when the old team turned up from Spain. It was fucking blinding night in London night, and Tommy Docherty, after Chelsea team were pissed the night before, and he got them to flood the pitch, and fucking the old goat chucker turned up. He said, "Where's all this rain come from?" The game was abandoned because it was waterlogged.
Matt, you're feeling rather quietly, which is rather nice.
I think it's quite interesting because the rating of Quarto Star slightly interests me because it's basically you rate Quarto via 4 horses effectively, which are Monet's Garden, Racing Demon, Arvik and Exotic Dancer.
Actually ran to his biggest ever figure when he absolutely destroyed Armaturk first time out in the old roan chase. He gave him lots away and absolutely hammered, probably up until this year one of the most solid handicappers in training.
But that proves my point. I mean, Armaturk could be $1 million in this race, as far as I'm concerned.
Now he could. Yeah. At that point, he's one of the most consistent.
But that's my point. The ratings are very. Monet's Garden has never won a chase over further than 2.5 miles. Racing Demon has never won a chase over further than 2 mile 5 furlongs. Now, the other 2 horses we've all discussed earlier tonight and admitted they're quirky personified. Arvik. Who knows which Arvik has turned up on the day, a good one or a bad one? Exotic Dancer. Well, he's a grumpy old thing. He was brilliant, I thought, at Haydock when he did give Quarto a run. Barry Geraghty seemed to get a right tune out of him. When McCoy's, although he's won big races on him, when he's beaten him up a bit more, he hasn't responded. So all I'm saying is, I mean, Quarto, you can't floor him. He wins everything, he runs over all trips, and he keeps winning. But his rating does come through, I think, some iffy horses as far as stayers concerned. He's met Lamy, remember. Lamy's 3 wins in his career came all over staying trips. So Lamy got within a net. Now Lamy's been thrashed by Quarto as well. Turpin's Green was a stayer. He was 3rd in the Gold Cup last year, beaten about 20 lengths. Kieran would know exactly. But all I'm saying is, he's never really come against what could be considered a possible high-class or even top-class stayer. This is the first time for me.
I totally disagree with it. Exotic Dancer's absolutely bolted up into the best Cheltenham handicaps of the whole season. But what's more solid than the 2 handicaps the Exotic Dancer won?
So you don't think Exotic Dancer's a bit of an old dog?
No.
Well, I do, and it's all about opinions. True enough. I'm just saying you're rating Quarto through 4 horses, effectively. I mean, you might be rating him through Armaturk back in the 1920s, but for me, you're rating him through 4 horses. He's never met a horse like Denman before, who's an absolute powerhouse, and I think Denman will absolutely destroy him.
I'd be interested to know what you're rating Denman through, mate. Ollie McGurn?
I don't have to rate Denman through anything. If every race the top-rated horse won, we wouldn't be sat here now, we'd all be on a beach in Barbados. If your ratings worked out in every race, we'd all be on holiday. We wouldn't be sat here listening to us Muppets. So, for me, Denman will destroy Quarto. I just don't think he's beaten a proper step.
I think we have to have a show of hands. Who are Quarto fans here? Who thinks Quarto Star will win the Gold Cup? And Denman? And anything else? Andrew, you're going for nowhere.
Yeah, right. Quarto Star, Cato Star, whatever you want to call him. I mean, a few weeks ago he was meant to be lame and he wasn't even going to run in the Gold Cup. So, well, you know, why you want to take 11 to 10? It's
only lame for a few minutes.
Yeah, long enough to get 9 to 2 on Betfair. Denman, yeah, he's looked pretty awesome this season so far, but he hasn't really beaten much. No one's really taken him on at the head of affairs. I mean, gun to my head, Denman ahead of Cato, but I couldn't back either. I think the one to be on is the Nichols 3rd string, Neptune Collonge. This race is going to cut up. I mean, I don't think it's going to get to like the 7 runners I think there were when Cool Ground won, but I can see there being 11 runners or less. Hopefully there'll be a single figure field. The one I like is Neptune Collonge.
Now, if you had to price that Gold Cup up, Freddie Williams is hot house, isn't he, 11 right on, how would you actually price the race up the front 2?
I'd be short about Denman. I think on the machine at the moment it's about 11 to 10, 15 rate. I'd be inclined to be more 5 to 4 Cato, 6 to 4 Denman.
Thank you.